Ugh, my phone just died. It's a good thing that I never leave home without this. But as annoying as a dead phone is, it's kind of the least of our worries, right? Because when your power goes out, it's not just TikTok that's affected, it's your fridge, your heat, your internet, medical devices, the stuff you really don't want going dark during an extended outage. But the good news is that batteries like this now come in all shapes, sizes, and price points. There are small batteries that keep your essentials running, smart batteries that automatically power your apartment, giant batteries on wheels you might already have in your driveway, and even systems that can run your entire home. So today on Plugged In, we're climbing up the 5 levels of backup power, from simple portable fixes to homes that can operate almost independently from the grid. So the next time the power goes out, you're not left powerless. Make sure you're subscribed to Energy Sage's YouTube channel to stay plugged into clean energy and other electrifying topics. Now, home batteries aren't niche anymore. They're showing up everywhere, and that's happening for 3 big reasons. First, power outages are getting worse. Most Americans experience at least one major outage every year, sometimes lasting an entire workday or longer. Not ideal if you work from home. Second, electricity is getting very expensive. Prices are up roughly 40% in the last 5 years, and in many cities, power costs more exactly when you need it most. And third, battery technology has gotten dramatically better and more affordable, which brings us now to level 1. Let's start with the simplest level of energy storage, keeping your essentials alive. Portable power stations are basically big versions of my phone battery bank. No installation, no electrician, and no landlord permission. You charge them from the wall, then plug in whatever matters most: phone chargers, routers, lights, even a fridge for a few hours. I talked with Patrick Anderson, one half of the electric duo who uses a small battery to keep its home office running so pesky outages never interrupt their YouTube work.
It charges up at midnight, and then the entire day our home office is powered by that relatively small battery, 2.6 kilowatt hour battery.
Portable batteries are perfect to have for short outages, home offices, or camping trips, but you do have to remember to keep them charged, and outages are rarely predictable. If only our batteries could think ahead for us. Well, now they can. Level 2 is where batteries stop being emergency gear and start going to work for you every single day. Level 2 are plug-and-play systems. They sit between your wall outlet and your appliances, silently storing energy in the background and automatically stepping in when you need them. One example is the Pila battery, developed by Chad Conway and founder Cole Ashman about a decade after they helped design the now famous Tesla Powerwall. So this isn't their first rodeo.
If you've ever had an experience where you've had a power outage and you're thinking, gosh, do I leave the fridge closed? I'm really hungry, or I want a drink, and I want to open the fridge.
The goal for Pila was Powerwall level intelligence without the permits, installation, or hefty price tag.
The Powerwall is always ready. And we both transported ourselves into different places after hurricanes and things, and have seen firsthand that oftentimes generators aren't ready to go. You run out of fuel, the fuel is bad, or there hasn't been maintenance on the generator. When you need it most, it doesn't work. But the great thing about Pila is that it's working every day.
These systems automatically charge when electricity is cheap,
and then it can discharge into your appliances when the energy is expensive or least renewable.
You don't have to remember anything. And multiple batteries can even talk to one another throughout your home.
2, 3, 4, 5 Pilas all working together to power your specific appliances that are plugged into it during an outage. But on a day-to-day basis, they work together to save you energy.
But here's where things get really interesting, because the next level of backup power might be something that you already use daily. If you own an electric vehicle, you have a massive battery sitting in your driveway.
We are plugged in to this solar system over here, this house. The Mach-E can power the house.
Most EVs store enough energy to power parts of a home for days, and some vehicles now support bidirectional charging, which is a fancy way to say electricity can flow both ways. So instead of just powering your car's battery can now power your life, even during a blackout.
My power was out for 2 days, and I ran my refrigerator in my home office off of my EV.
There are 3 different ways that this works: vehicle to load, vehicle to home, and vehicle to grid. The simplest version, vehicle to load, is is surprisingly easy, plugging appliances directly into your vehicle using built-in outlets or adapters. During severe outages, many EV owners are already doing exactly that.
They literally just took extension cords, ran it out to their garage, and then plugged in the refrigerator, plugged in their equipment for their home office, and sort of saved their day.
Now, if you're feeling fancy, you might be able to install a bidirectional charger and use your EV as a daily home battery through vehicle to home.
That's where the magic comes.
Listen to this. Patrick's friend installed solar panels on his roof, paired them with a bidirectional EV charger, and now uses his Mustang Mach-E and Rivian as battery storage, saving money daily during California's peak electricity rate hours.
I thought that's the last piece of the puzzle for EVs. You know, if you own EVs, this combines everything. So you can power your house and trickle solar into your car. It's amazing.
It sends power to the car to charge it as normal, but like during a power outage, or if you're trying to, feed in electricity, like when you are trying to save money in the evenings, it reverses that flow from the car. So it's literally just sending power from the car back into the system, and the brains of the solar integrated system decide where the electricity is coming from and where it's going.
And then there's vehicle to grid. And as it sounds, in some areas of the country, certain EVs can send power from their batteries straight into the power grid. Your utility might even pay you to sign up for this. For example, the University of Delaware earns $1,200 per EV annually. Now, this type of charging isn't available everywhere yet, but it's pretty clear that bidirectional charging is pretty awesome. And no, it will not ruin your EV's battery.
If you use your EV battery for an hour to power your home, you're using maybe 1% of your battery. So that's like 1/100th of a charge cycle. So it's really not that big of a deal.
But for reassurance, some car manufacturers are now updating their warranties to cover this, and more of them are getting on board. Patrick says soon bidirectional charging capability will be a normal question at the dealership.
It's going to be, how much range does it have? How fast can it charge? By the way, can it do vehicle to home?
Now, if you want to take things even further, you move to level 4. Whole home batteries are for people who never want to worry about outages again. Storage systems like the Tesla Powerwall, Franklin Whole Home, or Enphase IQ can power an entire home or critical systems automatically.
If you're trying to back up your entire home, one fell swoop, and you know that you want all of your devices backed up, and you happen to be getting a solar system as well, really makes sense to go with the whole home system.
When paired with solar panels, these batteries store extra energy during the day so that you can use it at night or during outages. In other words, instead of sending your panel's power back to the grid, you keep it. And in areas with high electricity prices, that can mean tens of thousands of dollars in avoided energy costs over time. One of the best parts about having solar panels too is that they recharge your battery during an outage, meaning your backup power keeps coming back every day that the sun rises. And then there's a bigger shift that happens when thousands of homes start doing this together. Welcome to level 5. When homes, batteries, EVs connect, they form something called a virtual power plant, or VPP. That's when thousands of distributed batteries work as a team to support the grid during peak energy demand.
For the first time, we're sort of taking the energy that comes into our house, and we're able to have some say over how we store it, use it, when we use it. I think that's really exciting.
Instead of being passive electricity customers, homeowners become active energy participants. Utilities often offer incentives for customers to join a VPP as well, because your stored energy helps prevent blackouts for everyone. And if you want a deeper dive, I break down VPPs using a very fun lemonade analogy in another episode. Definitely worth a watch. And for the first time, electricity isn't just something delivered to your home. It's something that you help manage. And the devices that can help your home function can now help your entire community. So here is the big takeaway here. No matter where you live, if you're a renter or homeowner, there is a battery solution that fits your life. The technology is improving, costs are falling, and control over your electricity is finally shifting so that it's in your hands. If you want to explore solar bidirectional charging or home batteries, you can head to energysage.com to get free quotes, compare options, and talk to a real human energy advisor who can help you find the right setup. Because the future of home energy isn't just about generating power, it's controlling it so that we never have to feel powerless again. A huge thanks to Patrick and Chad for their help with this episode, and now I want to hear from you. Do you already have backup power? Are you planning on it? And which of these options sounds the most tempting? Drop a comment below and stay plugged in.